지금까지 우리는 결혼을 3번 했습니다. 혼인신고로 1번, 한국에서 1번, 포르투갈에서 1번. 그런데 이 사랑은 아주 사소한 순간에서 시작됐습니다.
You guys should.
2022년 유럽을 여행하던 중 갑자기 김치찌개 한 그릇이 생각나 찾아간 한식당. 자리가 없어 합석한 한 테이블에서 저는 지금의 아내를 처음 만났습니다. 어쩌면 이것이 사람들이 말하는 인연이었을지도 모릅니다.
Thinking about the first when we met in the restaurant. What was the first thought that I was sitting next to you?
First, you sat, and then, you know, when you sit next to strange people, you don't say that much. But then you actually started developing the conversation a bit, and I thought, like, nice, and it was natural and flowing, like, not weird. It was nice.
But when your mom called me to sit,
Yeah, that we were like, Mom, don't. Let's just be the three of us.
같이 오신 거예요?
아니 여기 자리가 하나 비어서 여기 앉아도 된다고 하셔가지고.
여기서?
네.
다 같이 친구하면서 먹기로 했어요?
네.
amigos.
I was very
But then,
surprised too.
yeah, but then she was like, "Why his face was so sad when the lady said the restaurant was full." So we were like, "Mom, no." And then you said, and it was okay.
Is your mom usually doing that?
No, just she's so. That was happening a lot. Like people were coming, and the restaurant was super small. And then just my mom was looking at the door, and maybe you made some kind of cute expression, like, "Oh my God, I can't go." And then because we were finishing the meal, almost leaving, she was like, "Oh, you can sit to save your spot on the table."
Okay.
And then we would go.
Do you remember when I sat next to you?
You were like just finishing the food, and like I have a strange person next to me, but all good. But then again you started speaking, and it was super natural, and I could see you were just like chill and nice. So it kind of flew really well.
Do I look awkward or comfortable at the moment?
At first, of course, a little bit uncomfortable, but then when you started saying something, I think because you looked so like friendly while we were talking and kind of natural, it didn't feel awkward.
Was it okay? Because at the time I wasn't cutting my hair for 6 months, so I was like...
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So it wasn't like you felt like, oh, this guy looks weird or something?
No. I could see your hair was like longer, and nowadays I don't want that style, but it didn't feel like weird vibes.
Do you remember when we were talking something at the moon?
I think it was just like, you know, that chit chat, like normal, where are you guys from? Are you visiting Porto? And then we were kind of asking the same things to you. I remember you said you were on vacation and you would go soon back to Korea.
What kind of person did I seem like to you?
Just like friendly, natural, like no weird vibes. It's true.
So what was the first thing that you remember?
You know, just like kind smile and your kind face and kind of vibes, like super kind. I think that's what stuck the most.
How super kind vibe?
Like your smile looked like kind and sweet person.
At
the time was anyway not a long time, so I couldn't pick up on a lot of things, but basically it was that.
The moment you were sitting, your mom, you and your sister, you said kind of like to mom, what about your sister?
Yeah, my sister too, like, Mom, just let us be in peace. Why are you calling people?
You too, thank you. Yeah, let's keep in touch. Yeah. Bye bye. Did anyone say something about me after I said?
We were just like, oh my God, we made a new friend. He seems so nice. Like my sister and my mom both have the same opinion. Yeah, he seemed really nice guy.
But why did you go to restaurant at the time?
my sister and I, we were trying some Korean restaurant here, but it didn't have like a lot of variety. So I think it was on Insta that restaurant showed up with really good reviews. First, I just booked for me and my sister. So basically it would be just one table with 2 seats. But then my mom last minute was like, oh, can I just go like join you guys? We said, yeah, okay. So we changed the reservation. So if we are 3 people, basically it would be 2 tables, so 1 seat would be empty.
Yeah.
So that was already one coincidence.
Yeah.
If it was just me and my sister, we wouldn't have done that.
No, I know. Nothing else gonna happen.
And then we went by bus. We almost missed it as well. But we got there in the last minute, so that was okay. I don't know, it was just a lot of coincidence to make it happen. So like destiny.
Anyway, basically, if your mom wasn't there, nothing
Yeah,
gonna happen.
true. Yeah, because it would just be me and my sister, so just like 1 table, 2 seats. We wouldn't see people coming in or out.
Again, thinking about like flashing the back, I would say it's really miracle.
Yeah, like destiny. A set of situations and coincidence that led to us meeting.
But like, you guys could have gone to another restaurant to have.
No, like, because we went there on purpose to that specific restaurant because we wanted to try the food. So that was the reason we went there, not to go to any restaurant.
Before already, you and your sister liked Korean food then? Who started to have or try?
It was new here in our city, but the variety wasn't that much. So we wanted to try this one, which had good reviews. I think my sister tried it first and liked it, and then we tried that one.
Do you remember when you said to me, if you come to your city, you will show around? What was that meaning at the time? Is it like just say...
Yeah, sorry, at the time. Yeah, at the time, yes, because we were talking about like visiting Porto and stuff. And so, yeah, it was just, of course, like, if you ever in town, let us know that we can just visit. Yeah, just like friendly talk.
Okay. For you, it was...
At the time, at the time it was just like being nice. It's just like, hey, if you're ever in town, just let us know and we can just hang out.
What did you think when I really decided to visit?
When we said you were, okay, I'm going, we were like, oh, okay. But that was it. Like, I wouldn't say confused or nervous. It was just like, oh, okay, he's really coming. Okay, so let's try to organize some places to visit, do like a cool touring around town. And then you came and we had a really nice time, really nice day.
Really, like, I wasn't expect to spend that much time,
True.
to be honest.
True. And during that day, it was never like, you know, like awkward silence. It was just really comfortable. So that was like the thing that stuck more. I wasn't kind of used to that, and you were like super natural, super friendly, super warm, and just didn't feel weird or, you know, nervous and stuff. So that was really nice. That was refreshing.
Yeah, at the time I remember that we were really matched.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like every time, everything we would say to each other was like, oh my god, me too.
I really remember your eyes
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
me too. Like,
Yeah, that was nice. Really not any part of the day was not awkward or anything like that. It was really like we've known each other longer because it was so comfortable to hang out and to talk. That was super nice.
After we are talking at the time, you still didn't feel any...
For me, I was like excited to make a new friend and felt really comfortable and glad that I met you. Yeah. But then, like after that, we kept talking, and that's when it kind of developed more. Because again, you were kind of nurturing that feeling of like natural and warm and super like safe space. So that's what kind of drew me in.
Have you ever guided someone?
No.
No? I thought it was just like natural to anyone for you to guide.
Because all of my friends are from here, so I never did like tour for anyone. If we had some friends from another city or something, we would do that too. We didn't have at the time, so we were kind of the first one.
Wasn't it like tired or anything when we like until the last moment?
No, because again, like we kept talking super naturally, so I was gladly enjoying and having the conversation with you. So it was very natural.
The last train was 12 something. So I was like, what is it? Okay, it's really late.
Well, we kind of had like late dinner, so I don't know, but it too, we talked a lot during dinner, so and then we crossed the garden, and then we had to drive to the station, so it would be kind of the last thing.
Is there anything that you remember at the time, the second day?
First, by the river, when we were just like chatting, it was super comfortable, and then on dinner when we were talking about all of those things that were very similar to each other. That was super nice. I think we were talking about relationships. Yeah, values.
The way we think.
Priorities.
Yeah, value of life or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really the first time, so it would be awkward. We are trying to.
You're normal.